AJ I believe, has had some self-sabotage behaviors that I think we helped him with. So before that YouTube clip, I'd like to introduce you to AJ. Go ahead and introduce yourself and maybe tell us a little bit about yourself and how you met me.
All right. So 33, live in the Dallas area for about 3 years now. Met Ryan through the Masculine Empowerment Network and Hot Dude Con from Modern Life Dating when he came in December of 21.
John MLD, yep.
Yep. I got in touch with John through being zeroed out from my now ex-fiance. It brought me on a little thing where I started following the Rule Zero guys, gave John a consult in July of 21 after a fight. And that was after my ex cheated on me with a coworker when I was out of town to deal with a fire from my parents. They lost their entire house. So right there's a red flag for all you.
So how did the session help you?
I would say it helped a lot with like finding my own inner confidence and figuring out my own inner value more than anything. It's not relying on so much on the external validation of, say, a narcissist trying to love bomb you.
And how many sessions did we do?
We just did one.
How big was that? How big was it change for you? Was it permanent? Was it temporary? Was it just a little bit, very subtle? Or was it, oh, wow, things are different?
I'd say it's like kind of like a snowball in a way.
Okay.
Like things started slow and now they're coming bigger and bigger and bigger. Like I've even dropped off friends that didn't like the idea of me talking like with you or talking with John. He just like, you could feel like the tension and him getting like upset about the improvement in my life that I was doing.
Okay. Why do you think your friend didn't like your improvement?
Go back to that whole crabs in a barrel analogy.
Yep.
Once the person starts elevating, the rest of them below try to grab them back.
Yeah. So if you don't mind me asking, what do you, and I'm asking this because I know a lot of guys are in your situation. And this, guys, this isn't just to like, toot my horn and say, hey, the session's so great. But if you don't mind me asking, AJ, what do you think it was in you, or was it not, am I off, that made you maybe hang out with people who would drag you down, or have a girlfriend who would like keep insidiously kind of psychologically dragging you down, bullying you in a very insidious covert way? What do you think made you tolerate that and stay with that?
I think a lot of it was lack of confidence in myself and nice guy syndrome.
Okay. And what is at the core of nice guy syndrome, do you think? What causes that?
I think it's, for me personally, I think, and I love my parents, I'm not going to like trash on them or anything about that. I think with it is because of the way that they had to raise me and my two sisters, very low middle class, if not poverty. Both parents were working. My dad worked nights. Yeah, my dad worked nights. My mom worked days. I didn't have like a traditional 2-parent household to raise me. Where by age 8, I was almost self-sufficient. I knew how to do my own laundry. I knew how to cook at 8. So
because your parents just weren't there. They were
my parents weren't there, and like I understand why, and I forgive them for it. And like they both come from broken homes themselves, so they kind of emulated their broken homeness onto me and my sisters. And here
they were doing the best they could.
Yeah, they did the best they could, and I don't fault them for it.
Okay. Cool. So we did a session, and what exactly did that change in you? What do you think happened, and what are some of the benefits you realized from that?
The most of the benefits I'm seeing actually right now, like the friend situation wasn't even probably a month ago. Then the job interviews, getting that extra bump in that offer.
So did you just let friends go who weren't serving you, or you have better friends now, or you just let them go?
I'm kind of like in the transition of friends groups.
Okay. Gotcha.
Like I'm trying to hang out with some of the local guys from John's Hot Dude Army, like that I've met, and then met up with Phil Foster and Glenn Lawrence, both very excellent dudes,
solid dudes. Yeah,
just like letting the people who don't support me that I have supported in the past and that are like I feel like that tension is there. I'm just letting them go.
You told me that you were switching jobs and you got some job offers that pay more too, and did your session help with that? Or is that just a coincidence? And tell us about that.
I'm going to chalk it up to that session because like when I interviewed for my current job that I have right now and the job before that and the job before that, my first 3 jobs out of the service, I get like super nervous going to job interviews and like choke up and like get like shaky and stuff.
How do you feel now?
these last 3 companies I've interviewed with, I've got an offer from 2. Just walked in and just chill and spoke what I wanted to say, and then if I messed up or if I didn't know anything, I didn't try to lie. I was like, yeah, I don't know.
And so when I do a session, I go in and change the narrative. Do you think there's a different narrative, or it's just a different feeling? What do you think the belief is now versus before? Why were you nervous before and not now?
I think with those past jobs, I was trying to fake it to make it kind of thing. And now that I'm still interviewing within the same industry per se, because one was a field service rep, one is still being inside the data center industry. I didn't have to fake it to make it. I got the confidence. I can talk my way around and know what I'm doing.
So now you got real confidence. Before you had to kind of put up
fake the confidence. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So we're also going to watch this clip on self-sabotage. Is there anything else you want to say, about these techniques, or anything about yourself, your journey, your up leveling, that you want to tell her? Anything that may be useful to those who are watching the show?
I would say for the audience, don't knock it until you try it. The first time I ever did hypnosis session was actually using an audio of Ryan's
self-hypnosis. Yeah,
self-hypnosis. And
how did that help, or did it?
It helped with some, because I had just gotten out of a fight with my now ex. And it kind of helped bring my awareness to, like, when I go into a session of self-hypnosis or even with a hypnotherapist, to bring my subconscious to my conscious, like on the same level. Because the first time I went through, I was walking down the stairs in his audio and my body was actually convulsing and I was like starting to cry. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah. What was that about?
I think it was because of all the projection that my ex put onto me, like calling me the narcissist, calling me the cheater and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think part of my body's like, but what if she's right? What if she's right? What if she's right? You don't want to go down there. Don't go down there.
I've been through that exactly. Like, there's been times I didn't want to go inside and heal trauma, because I'm like, what if I go down, look inside of myself and see I really am a bad person, I really am a loser?
And you don't.
What if it's true? It's not. What do you see instead?
You see a child. You see yourself as a child.
And what's that child like? Tell me about that child you met.
At that first time, that child was vulnerable. It was like help. Like, it wasn't getting the help that it needed.
Exactly the same for me. Like, a lot of us guys who don't have this deep down confidence, that are struggling, that are self-sabotaging. We're going to apply this to self-sabotage after we watch the Psychax clip. It takes courage to go in and face your demons and clear them. And I'm not saying we clear every demon in one session. It's a process, but it's like we can take 1 or 2 or even 3 major demons and get them 60 to 100% resolved in one session. That happens all the time.